X percentage came to the campaign. And again, artists will promote the PledgeMusic campaign no differently than they would promote an Amazon link or a Spotify link or an Apple Music link. It's the same exact idea, just the PledgeMusic link gives them a much deeper revenue flow and access to the data and this level of analytics, which they're not getting anyplace else. So this really is kind of just a recap page, and we'll open it up for conversation. But we've done 50,000 campaigns in 7 years, so the company's really grown from, as Lee mentioned earlier, started as a crowdfunding platform. We still do crowdfunding, but we've morphed into this real passionate fan marketplace, which is very unique. You can get a feel from the grayed out names in the background, the artists we've done campaigns with. And we've really gone from a newborn to a toddler to an adolescent, and now the company's really growing into being an adult in terms of the scale and reach and data that we can deliver to the artist and to the label. And it's really a platform where no one loses. An artist can really build a career within the PledgeMusic infrastructure. A label can have an amazing, or manager can have amazing insight into who the fan is and what the following is and what the revenue potential is, and understanding how the artist engages and with their social media following and how they respond. So there's a very informed A&R environment there. And then ultimately, it's about the payoff on the level of revenue and ultimate data flow on that career fan that the artist and label can take with them all along the way. So all of these artists have benefited from this experience, and the business is really continuing to grow. And what I will say is that in addition to the music business, which is our core business, we do films, we do books. We've done about 15 books so far: a Beatles book, a Sex Pistols book, Rolling Stones book, a Paul Weller book, more to come there. So in many ways, we take the same idea as you see with a PledgeMusic campaign and apply that to the book space. Because if you look at a music book, for example, that's really only about the passionate fan. Very few casual fans buy a music book on an artist they don't care that much about. So Amazon will deliver a standardized version of that book. Maybe there's a hardcover or paperback. Again, we can give that fan 15 different ways or 5 different ways to engage. So we did a book with Frank Turner where one of our offerings was fans could submit pictures they took with Frank over the years, and one of the editions of the book has their name printed in it as a thank you, and then their picture with Frank in the back, the last 40 or so pages. So as a fan, think about your favorite artist. It'd be pretty cool to have a hardcover book with your image in there with the artist and your name in as a thank you. So these are things that other platforms don't do. It's the same when it comes to film. We did the Jaco Pastorius film. We did the Wrecking Crew film, where we again explode the idea of ways that fans of that content can really engage and understand it, and then it becomes a marketing vehicle. So Jaco Pastorius, they fed updates about the production of the film, so those core fans got more excited about it, and they talked about it. They became a street team to promote the film. So the idea of PledgeMusic as the core business is very real, and then it's about how this idea also gets applied to other relevant mediums like film and books and other things to follow. So so that kind of gives you a snapshot of this kind of artist-to-fan relationship. So I think with that, we'll open it up to any questions.
I'm curious what exclusive items get the best response from fans, and also I love your artist experiences. Curious what the most outrageous experience an artist has offered.
Without revealing too many company secrets, so I would say the hottest trend items right now are anything on the merch side. Patches, socks, and turntable mats are like super hot. So you bundle that with the right other offerings. Those add a lot of value with a lot of margin. And test pressings are super hot because they are truly unique. So we're, as I think one of the guys mentioned, we're commanding a really high price point on test pressings. These are things that fans just never have access to. So they're very unique. Those are super hot. In terms of experiences are about 20% of our business actually. We have everything from private house concerts to Skype chats with artists, to guitar lessons, to songwriting sessions. Dan Wilson, for example, is has one of his offerings as a songwriting session with him. The guy's like done all right as a songwriter, so that's kind of nice for a fan to have access to. But some of the crazier things, and maybe the guys have some comments here. We had one band, Guster. You can go parachuting with them. The campaign was called "Shit Your Pants with Guster." with Craig Finn from the Hold Steady is just, a guy that just loves to do crazy things. So he wanted to lose weight. One of his offerings was you can go jogging with me. He's a baseball fan. You can go watch a baseball game with him. He likes whiskey. He goes, I'll drink whiskey with you in any city I'm in for X amount and just chop it up. So it really, and none of that's mandated. It's really what's comfortable for the artist. And the artist like Craig Finn kind of lets it all hang out. So what are there, anything else that...
The artist name escapes me at the moment, but certainly in the early days of the company, I kid you not, an artist actually offered up vials of their own blood.
It was Gang of Four. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, we had to actually do some research to make sure it was legally okay, and hot damn, some fans actually purchased it.
But we've also rejected some crazy offers. What was it, Christian Death? Remember, he thinks he was a demon, and he
make a vampire
wanted
baby.
To make a vampire baby, and we're like, all right, well,
Yeah.
that was pretty
But
interesting.
look, really, the more you can personalize the experience, the fans know the artist. They know what the artist likes. So with Korn, when we did a book with Korn, there was a high-end exclusive where for a certain price, you get a ticket to the show, you get backstage access, and you're playing video games one-on-one with Jonathan Davis, the singer from Korn. And if you're a Korn fan, you know that this guy's addicted to video games, probably even designed some back in the day. Lindsey Sterling, who's a Mormon, so she doesn't drink or smoke or any of that kind of stuff. Her fans know that she loves cereal. And after her shows, for some reason, her little unwind is having a bowl of cereal. So she offered up a cereal party with Lindsay backstage, which was limited to, maybe 6 people a show. So it's taking the wildly popular VIP experiences, and let's use Bon Jovi as an example, and no disrespect to this, because this is still an amazing, life-changing experience for fans, but you're on a wedding reception line of 250 people waiting to shake John's hand, take a selfie with him, get him to sign something, and maybe have a 5-minute conversation before you get shuffled off for the next person. This is really making it much more limited, so it's one-on-one, or the artist and 6 people, not an overwhelming audience, and you're really getting some quality hang time with that artist. Like Dominic was mentioning, Craig Finn went to a Mets game with these 2 guys and had a great experience. I mean, his thing was amazing because every experience he did, he turned into an update, and he's such a great writer that the little posts he did about it were so fascinating. He did, as Dominic was saying, drinks at the bar, and when he did that in Seattle, the couple that had bought that had seen the Hold Steady play at their last show in Vancouver. So Craig had a pre-existing relationship with these people because somehow they were backstage or at the merch booth and met him. So it was taking a little bit of a surface relationship from a previous show and now really becoming almost a quasi-friend relationship because you're having a couple of hours one-on-one or 2-on-1 at a bar doing something that this artist loves to do. So those are wildly successful because what fan wouldn't want to do something with their favorite artist that they know their artist loves to do in their own free time?
And that's why I say it's a really creative platform. You can't do this stuff anyplace else, and fans love it. You couldn't sell this through an Amazon or any other platform. So there's no rule book. We kind of write the rule book every day, and just how do we think like fans to kind of come up with really fun stuff.
I want to commend you on your creativity and the way you look at it. I have an artist that is very talented. He draws and does a lot of pictures, but no one knows this. He always talks to me about the fact that he's so gifted at doing this, but he loves music more. Would be interested.
Well, look, that's a great example. Look at Miles Davis as a painter, or Santana as a painter or a shoe designer, or even like very well-known artists. Paul McCartney's a painter. They're creative people, so they have their creativity is not just their music. So an artist can convey that across our platform. Absolutely.
What about direct to business? Do you do kind of commercial licensing and sync for any of your artists?
We, as part of our group, we have a brand partnership division, so we facilitate brand relationships. We haven't yet crossed the bridge into sync yet, but I think we're open to that. That comes born of the brand relationship. So if we strike a relationship with, we're going to be announcing something shortly. We had Fry Boots and Cliff Bar sponsor our South by Southwest activation, Fiji Water and others, Asperos Bags. So we're in business with brands. There's a natural evolution for artists to get their music exposed for synchronization as well, for sure.
Physical distributor of a finished product best work with PledgeMusic?
It depends on how you mean the question. I think that if you are, we're in business with, if you're talking about the ADAs and Reds of the world, we're in business with every one of them. So we can operate like a straight retailer, which is a dimension of our business, no different than an Amazon. We can work with any of the artists or labels involved to actually do a full-blown pledge campaign where the real revenue flows. So there's a number of ways we can work together.
Say, for example, I had 50 autographed Iggy Pop posters. Were a catalog item.
Mhm.
Can you use that?
100%, and we would give you in exchange for, like, Adam would oversee this, things like homepage placement and newsletter placement, and we would reach out to every fan that has bought anything that might come near the sphere of what an Iggy Pop stands for, and we would work with you on what's the right elasticity, how much revenue do we think we can drive from this, and how do and that's what exactly what we do. We're quite opposite from a lot of other platforms where it seems to be a race to the bottom on pricing. We believe in premium pricing. These are premium items. Fans will pay, no matter their economic strat, if it's something cool enough and they have access to it. And by the way, limited availability makes them go even crazier. If there's only 50 of something, that means I got to get mine before it's gone. I'm going to be that guy that has that Iggy Pop poster in my house the next time my buddies come over, because that makes me cool.
I'm just thinking, we've had 50 of those sitting around the warehouse for a while, and it'd be good to use them for the Uber fan.
Yep.
And I could work with Adam on it because he lives in my building.
What would be really interesting if you have a number of different items like that, creating a storefront instead of just putting up one item, actually creating some sort of storefront that has, all the various different things you have similar to that you're looking to sell. I think that would be very compelling.
Like there's a Rockers box set that we've got coming out from the reggae movie, with the vinyl, a Japanese book, stickers, patches, the whole deal. We're gonna sell it that way to retail, but would you take that on and sell that along with everything else, everybody else with the same SKU number?
Absolutely. Sounds like a pledge campaign
You wouldn't
already.
need- You wouldn't need a separate SKU for any exclusives that we do.
No, I mean, look, we can deliver results as a straight retailer. We're better when we really get creative and collaborate on how to really excite the fans beyond that. But if it's a straight, pre-existing item, there's an opportunity for that too. I think we have time for maybe one more question. All right, I guess that's a wrap. So thanks for your time and attention, and we'll see you the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Let's thank everyone again for sharing their insight and time with us. Our next